2-Minute Warning is a 1976 disaster film directed by Larry Pierce and starring Charlton Heston, John Cassavetes, Martin Balsam, Beau Bridges, Jack Klugman, Gina Rowlands, and David Janssen. It was based on the novel of the same name written by George LaFountaine, Sr. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Film Editing. Plot: an unknown sniper positions himself at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum prior to a professional football championship similar to the Super Bowl. He is spotted by a Goodyear blimp camera. Police and SWAT team are immediately called in by the stadium manager Sam McKeever. Police Captain Peter Holley, working with SWAT team Sergeant Chris Button, devises a plan to capture the sniper before the conclusion of the game. Many of the fans attending the game are introduced. They include Steve and Janet, an argumentative middle-aged couple, Stu Sandman, a gambling addict, a Catholic priest, who is a friend of quarterback Charlie Tyler, young married couple Mike and Peggy Ramsey, an elderly pickpocket and his young accomplice, and football fan Al, who begins flirting with Lucy when he notices her date is more interested in the game than in her. The stadium's maintenance director, named Paul, discovers the sniper's presence and attempts to confront him. The sniper strikes Paul with the butt of his rifle, and, undetected by fans, causes Paul to fall several stories, leaving him severely injured. SWAT team members position themselves on stadium light towers to take aim on the sniper's nest. Mike Ramsey spots the sniper with his binoculars. He reports it to the police, but rather than thank him, they question him suspiciously and then physically overpower him. Shortly after the game's 2-minute warning, the SWAT team is given the green light to go after the sniper. Seeing that he is surrounded, the sniper opens fire, shooting randomly into the crowd. His shots cause a massive riot in which the panicked fans spill onto the field. Many security men, Coliseum personnel, and spectators are killed or wounded. Marksmen perched atop stadium light towers fall or hang by their tethers after getting shot. Fleeing spectators are crushed or trampled underfoot while rushing towards exit tunnels. A few lose their footing while climbing down wall ivy trestles. Steve, Stu, Chris, Peggy, and the pickpocket are among those shot. Mike escapes from police custody during the riot and is reunited with Peggy and their children once the stadium empties of people. Ultimately, the sniper is killed by Peter, Chris, and other members of the SWAT team. Searching through his wallet, the officers learn the sniper's name, Carl Cook. Cook dies, revealing nothing about his intent. Button points out that although they know nothing about Cook, over the next few weeks, the media will discover every irrelevant detail about Cook's life and question why the officers had to kill him. Cast: Charlton Heston as Captain, Peter Holley, John Cassavetes as Sergeant, Chris Button, Martin Balsam as Sam McKeever, Beau Bridges as Mike Ramsey, Marilyn Hassett as Lucy, David Janssen as Steve, Jack Klugman as Stu Sandman, Gina Rowlands as Janet, Walter Pidgeon as the pickpocket, Brock Peters as Paul, David Groh as Al, Mitch Ryan as the priest, Joe Kapp as Charlie Tyler, Pamela Bellwood as Peggy Ramsey, John Corks as Jeffrey, Alan Miller as Mr. Green, Andy Cydrus as TV Director, Julie Bridges as the pickpocket's accomplice, Harry Northup as Lieber, Warren Miller as the sniper, William Bryant as LT, Calloway, J.A. Preston as policeman, Robert Ginty as vendor, Tom Bauer as the SWAT team Decker, Carmen Argenziano as the SWAT team Jennings, Larry Manetti as the SWAT team Pratt, Joanna Pettit, Branscombe Richmond as bystander with blood on his hands, Susan Backlini as pretty blonde woman in crowd. Production. When released in 1976, 2-Minute Warning was promoted as an entry into the disaster film genre. complete with an all-star cast attempting to survive an immense riot created by the sniper. Joe Kapp, a former NFL quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, plays a small role as veteran quarterback Charlie Tyler. The majority of the movie was filmed following the 1975 football season at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The game footage for the full stadium shots of the LA Coliseum was from the Pac-8 college football game between Stanford and USC, played on November 8. Release. Universal Studios devised a gimmick where moviegoers were not allowed to enter the theater at the moment the football game's 2-minute warning began. In the film, television version, due to the film's explicit violence and uncomfortable detail of a homicidal sniper acting alone and without apparent motivation, NBC negotiated with Universal Studios to film additional scenes for its television premiere in 1978. The new scenes would detail an art theft, with the sniper serving as a decoy so robbers could escape without detection. The additional scenes, totaling 40 minutes in length, were added for the film's TV showing while 45 minutes of the original version were removed. Director Larry Pierce disowned the TV version, which credits the pseudonymous Gene Palmer as director and Francesca Turner for the teleplay. When shown on network television, this version of 2-minute warning is often shown rather than the original theatrical release. The television version has never been released to video and DVD. Critical reception. 2-minute warning received negative reviews from critics, as it holds a 30% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Roger Ebert gave the film a rating of 1 star out of 4, writing, "I knew going in what the movie was about and I knew 2-minute warning was supposed to be a thriller, not a social statement. But I thought perhaps the movie would at least include a little pop sociology to soften its bloodletting. Not a chance."